Hey guys, it's Daniel, licensed therapist. Deion Sanders is known to be the greatest cornerback that's ever played football. But you know what? I've been so interested in him because of his great success as a head football coach. And a lot of times being a good football player doesn't translate into being a good head coach. So I've been fascinated by what he's been doing. So that led me down the YouTube rabbit hole of looking at his content and interviews. And you know what? I found out two things about Deion Sanders. Number one is he is such an amazing guy. He has such great energy. He's so positive. He has such charisma. He just has that it factor. He is that guy that everybody just wants to hang out with. So I really started to really like Deion Sanders when watching him. And the second thing I found out about him was, in my opinion, he's a really good dad. I mean, his sons followed him to Jackson State and then to Colorado. They wanted to play with him. And this clip really told me a lot.
There he goes. You got a little slide right there, Dad.
I was like, dang, my dad heard me cuss today. He doesn't know that I say bad words when I'm on the field.
I mean, isn't that just so wholesome? You can just tell so much about their interaction here. And I love it. It speaks to me about how good of a dad he is, like I said. But all those things aside, what makes him a good coach? And I'm sure there's a lot of football things that go way over my head regarding what makes him a good coach. But there was one thing he said in an interview that I thought was really fascinating. Let's check it out.
Just by talking to him, now that you're walking in the living rooms and you're seeing more and more and more.
We have different attributes: smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character.
Yep.
We're looking at now quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent.
Mm-hmm.
We want that kid to be 3, 5 and up because he's got to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad decisions off the field at all,
Mm-hmm.
because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback. And you would love a coach's son. Somewhere that the coaches coached him, and I'm not going down my road. I see you smiling because
I know who your quarterback is
he's
right now.
talking about my son. I didn't just build a template for my son, but that's what really we look for in quarterbacks. Different positions are different. Like O lineman, I look for dual parent homes,
right?
A strong father that they adhered to,
right?
Smart kid, at least 3.3. and above.
You're also describing Hurts.
Yeah, tough.
Well. I mean,
physical. I mean, offensive line. My defensive line is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I mean, I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like, mama barely made the flight.
Trying to get out the mud.
And I want him to just go get it. It's a whole different attributes that you look for in different positions, and we have that stuff just chronicled. We know what we want, and we go get it.
So I feel like when this came out, it was pretty controversial. And here Deion is basically saying, I'm psychologically profiling these players, and I'm choosing them considering what they've gone through and based on their current performance in life. GPA and actions and all of those things. And I feel like people are saying, wait a second, you can't disqualify someone because they don't come from a 2-parent household. And you can't choose people just based on their experiences. That's wrong. But you know what I say to that? I think that's right. I think that that's pretty smart. And I think he's speaking to what all of us know is that our past and our history and our experiences definitely affect us today and how we perform and how we are personally. It's not magic. I don't think it's some secret. Like I said, I think we all know that. And Deion is smart to use that, in my opinion. And I think that begs the question, why don't a lot of people do that? Why doesn't everyone do that? Because college football is a big money business. But there's also a lot of other big money businesses. And frankly, this is the first time I've ever heard of someone doing this. I haven't heard of other people doing psychological profiling in sports. I mean, they do racial profiling in sports. That's why my guy Jeremy Lin isn't in the NBA. They do intellectual profiling. For the NFL, they have the Wonderlic test that's supposed to measure intelligence, and we want an intelligent quarterback, and so that's why we have that test. But I've never heard of anyone doing psychological profiling. So I feel like it's really smart what Deion's doing, and I feel like it's on the cutting edge of choosing who we want in these big money businesses. And so I think when a lot of money's involved, why don't we always do this? And most recently, I think of the movie The Flash. The Flash cost $265 million to make. And so these people are taking a $265 million bet. And who do they bet on? They bet on Ezra Miller. They bet on this guy.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro. Fight?
It's an option I present people always.
Hi.
And always just knock you out, and then you won't have to panic.
Right, you just gotta knock
You just
people
let me
out.
know.
Yeah.
No? Yes?
What?
Miller was charged with felony burglary in Vermont after stealing bottles of alcohol from a vacant home. This incident adds to a string of other legal issues the actor has faced within the last year, including throwing a chair at a woman.
Oh! And obviously, The Flash flopped. And I think we can agree that Ezra Miller has a part to play in that flop. So it was a losing bet, and they lost a ton of money. I think anyone that did a little digging on Ezra Miller would have found out that he's probably
a bit nutty.
And that maybe we shouldn't take this $265 million bet on him. But this happens all the time. And I feel like history is going to repeat itself with Amber Heard in Aquaman 2. Because that's looking like it's going to be a flop. But for everyday people, what does this mean? Well, I think we should be doing it. I think we should be psychologically profiling people, because there are a lot of meaningful connections we have with other people. And so I say, why not? Let's psychologically profile them. Going on a date, psychologically profile them. Meet someone, you're starting to become friends. Hey, are they safe? Are they stable? Should they be our friend? Gonna hire an employee? Are they gonna show up on time? How are they gonna respond to discipline? It is a good thing that Deion is doing. I think it's a really smart thing. Is this over the top though for us everyday people? Am I nuts? Am I going too crazy with this stuff? Leave it in the comment section down there if you think this is just way too much. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.